Good evening, South Tama Trojan fans. Welcome to Trojan Country. We are jumping right into tonight's action. We're live from Benton Community High School. This is the first match of the girls' varsity meet here. Addison Klink on the mat for South Tama. And working underneath right now. Klink in the white and black singlet. The Benton Community wrestler didn't catch the name as we were just getting on air as the announcement got made. Klink trailing 7-3. That's the end of the first period for Addison Klink here in the first match of this South Tama Benton duel. Pardon us as I'm still getting kind of situated here. Second period starts, Klink trailing 7-5. Bailey Davis, the wrestler for Benton Community. Davis working on top right now against Klink. Klink and the STC Trojans were last in action on Monday of this week. The Trojans went to Williamsburg for a big round-robin tournament there. Klink finished first in her bracket with a bye in the first round, and there's a nice reversal. And Klink ties it up, 7-7. Closing minute of the second period here. And Addison Klink, the freshman for South Tama, making it a match. Trying to get Bailey Davis turned. And Davis a little longer. Cross faces, gets the reversal, and that's trouble for Klink here. She's on one shoulder, going to give up back points. Has 18 seconds to try and just stave off a pin here. It's close. Oh, in the closing seconds, Bailey Davis with the pin over Addison Klink of South Tama. Next up for the Trojans, Taylor Johansson. As we were saying, Addison Klink in Williamsburg got a win by fall over Allie Blankenship of BGM and won her first place match by fall over Jillian Langstrad of Washington. Alexis Northcutt and Taylor Johansson from South Tama taking the mat here. Johansson in the white and black, Northcutt all black in the yellow headgear. Johansson got her first career win at the Williamsburg meet, looking to make it 2 here against Northcutt from Benton Community. And she gets Northcutt to the ground, scores 2, Johansson up 2-0. Tonight we're going to have a girls JV and then boys varsity, girls varsity, then JV, and then boys varsity match here. It's just South Tama and Benton. So we've got just a good old-fashioned conference dual meet here tonight. Good crowd here filling up the one side of the stands for Benton community. A lot of South Tama fans in the crowd as well here. Closing minute of the first period, Johansson still clinging to a 1-point lead after Northcutt scored an escape. Johansson shoots, scores 2 again. 2 takedowns here for Taylor Johansson, and she's leading 4-1 now with 22 seconds left in this first period. Johansson with the points, but it really feels like a back and forth match here as both girls pretty evenly matched athletically, and there's a reversal and Johansson in trouble here. Back points awarded for Alexis Northcutt, and Johansson will live to advance to the second period here. So the back points for Northcutt give her a 2-point lead. Johansson's going to get a fresh clock, and we'll reset things here. Northcutt working on top, starting off here. Johansson a little longer, might give Northcutt some trouble underneath. She's going to have to be aggressive here, though. Northcutt trying to flip her around. One shoulder, got to get to 45 degrees here. If you're just tuning in, we are just underway in the first matches of this meet tonight, and Alexis Northcutt scores the win by fall over Taylor Johansson. Next up for the Trojans, STC's Maylee Ellsbury. Possibly. No, Abigail Chima. We're not going to see Ellsbury here, so maybe I actually don't see Ellsbury suited up, so here's Abigail Chima now on the mat against Miley Mason. Chima scoring first on a takedown. Really getting into her game here. Nice job by Chima, really pushing the pace, trying to get Mason onto a shoulder. Mason a little bigger though, and so it's going to be challenging, I think, for Chima just to kind of work with the bigger body of Mason. We were supposed to have Lizzie Wolf taking on Maylee Ellsbury, but we've kind of skipped ahead to this 170-pound match here between Chima and Mason. Chima still leading 2-0, closing seconds of the first. And Ellsbury's dressed, so we might see her later. Just might be a shake-up in the order. Mason kind of caught. You can kind of feel Chima maybe out of gas here a little bit with the fast pace in this first period. Kind of let that reversal go, and Mason scores a reversal, and she's gassed too. And Chima unable to get the escape there. We'll go to period 2. Chima's still leading though, 4-2. South Tama girls looking for their first win after Klink and Johansson go down by fall in the first 2 matches here tonight. After the varsity girls, we're going to see the STC JV wrestlers and the Benton JV wrestlers take the mat. I don't know exactly how many matches we're going to see, but I think it's going to be at least some time before we get to our varsity boys here tonight. Chima reversal gets a nice scramble, putting Mason into trouble here on the one shoulder, and a pin for Abigail Chima. South Tama on the board. Three pins here tonight. We're moving things right along. Benton leading 12-6.
Now wrestling at 170 pounds for South Tama, Autumn Ellsbury, and for your Bobcats.
And it's possible we're kind of rolling into our heavier weights. So here's Autumn Ellsbury for South Tama, the freshman, taking on Jessa DeMoss from Benton. Ellsbury, the younger, at Williamsburg. I'll grab those results later. These didn't print out the way I hoped to. Nice throw there by Ellsbury, scoring the first 2. And they're out of bounds. Ellsbury had a nice look there, though, but feet go out, and they go back to the middle. Ellsbury working fast. Gets DeMoss onto a shoulder, flattens her out, and a second pin for South Tama. We're tied up here, 12-12.
Now wrestling at 140 pounds for South Tama, Maylee Ellsbury.
Here's South Tama's Maylee Ellsbury, team captain, place winner at the girls' state tournament last year. Taking on Lizzie Wolf. She's the wins leader for the Benton Community Bobcats. There's a quick takedown there by Ellsbury. Ellsbury finished second at Williamsburg at their meet on Monday. Got her first win against Grace Schlack from Iowa Valley. Then another win by decision over Tatum Walford of Wapello, a 10-7 win there. Ended up losing in the first place match to state finalist Sarah Lewis of Centerville. But I believe 3 place winners or 3 state qualifiers in that bracket for Ellsbury at Williamsburg. So a strong showing there, and against an accomplished opponent taking the loss in the championship round. And she's looking strong here tonight, working against Lizzie Wolf. Wolf 11-2 on the season.
Between the girls and the JV boys? We're doing girls, JV boys.
Yeah, whoever. Yep.
You want Abigail, Autumn, Maylee?
Ellsbury still leading 2-0 against Lizzie Wolf of Benton. A reminder, we've got JV matches coming up after the girls varsity finish up here. 2 more wrestlers on for, or 1 more match after this for South Tama girls. And then we're going to have JV and then varsity. And it's just South Tama and Benton tonight, just a one-on-one duel. Ellsbury almost got Wolf flipped around there, but Wolf broke it down quick enough. Good defense by Ellsbury, getting around, scoring off the defense there, and making it 4-0. Ellsbury up. And a methodical approach is kind of how I describe what I'm seeing from Ellsbury here. Not trying to rush Wolf into anything. Comfortable taking the full 3 periods if she needs to, I think. Although, you know, she's working for the pin here too. Trying to run Wolf around on the one shoulder. Two back points coming here. Maybe more, and there's the fall. Win by fall from Ailey Ellsbury. South Tama jumps ahead, 18-12. And I don't know if we're going to see, that might be it. I don't see Jamie Dolash dressed out here.
Shake it up. We're going to take a 10-minute break.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to have a little break here. Jamie Dolash not in the lineup tonight. Not sure if she's healthy or what. Maybe just if it would have been a forfeit, we would have seen her on the mat. So, but at any rate, South Tama in a truncated duel here. I don't know how the team scoring kind of works in this case with Benton several more, probably 3 times the size of South Tama in numbers. But South Tama gets the win 18-12 with wins by fall from Maylee Ellsbury, Autumn Ellsbury, and Abigail Chima. Addison Klink and Taylor Johansson take losses also by fall. So we saw some quick matches here tonight and a lot of pins. So we're going to have a 10-minute break here, and then we're going to get into our JV matches. I mean, we're going to have talked with Coach Nate Van Dyke, the boys' head coach, last night. We're going to have that interview here during the break. And we're going to hear from one of our girls wrestlers as well, live from Benton. We're going to talk to, not sure who we're talking to, who they're going to send up to us, but we'll talk to somebody, and it'll be good. So stick around. A lot of wrestling yet to come here tonight from Benton Community High School. South Tama taking 3 out of their 5 girls varsity matches. JV boys up next.
Located in the heart of corn and cattle country, Iowa Premium procures and processes only corn-fed Black Angus cattle that come hand-selected from family farms in Iowa and neighboring states. As Tama County's largest employer, the team at Iowa Premium are an anchor, not only in the beef industry, but throughout eastern and central Iowa. Iowa Premium, a national beef company. Medicap Pharmacy in Toledo offers free medication packaging and free delivery to surrounding areas. With convenient drive-up service and hours on Saturday morning, Medicap Pharmacy is always there for you. Visit with pharmacist Derek Townsend and his team by calling 484-6198 or stop by their location across from Fairway in Toledo. Medicap Pharmacy, locally owned and expertly operated. Sharn Weber's in Toledo serves central and northeast Iowa with the latest in heating and cooling systems, water softeners, plumbing and electrical installation, as well as expert service and repair. As a family-owned hallmark business from the South Tama community, Sharn Weber's is proud to support Trojan spirit on the field, on the stage, on the court, or in the classroom. When the job needs done, call Scharnwebers at 800-542-7980. S&S Car Wash provides both automatic and hand wash services as well as detailing for your vehicle. S&S Car Wash, your local car wash destination with convenient locations in Toledo and Tama. "2022 marks the 95th year in business for the State Bank of Toledo since opening in 1927. The State Bank of Toledo is Trojan Country's hometown bank, supporting its customers with loyal, friendly, and fair customer service. With 2 convenient locations, a full-service investment center, 24-hour ATM service, and online banking, you can't go wrong making State Bank of Toledo your financial services choice. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. As partners in the community, Salt Creek Wind Project is committed to supporting Tama County's growth in a way that benefits all residents. Construction on the project will bring hundreds of new opportunities for Tama County's workforce and will allow workers to gain valuable, transferable skills. Hundreds of millions of dollars in tax revenue generated by the project will help improve county services such as schools, roads, and emergency response. And the clean, emission-free power generated will support a more reliable delivery system in the county and beyond. To learn more about Salt Creek Wind or to join our coalition of supporters, visit saltcreekwindproject.com. Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home in Tama is locally owned and operated, serving Tama, Toledo, and the surrounding areas. Cruzy Phillips offers both traditional and cremation services at the time of need, as well as pre-planned arrangements that give you and your family peace of mind. Through competent professionalism, the staff at Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home serves families with compassion and respect for their needs and wishes. That's why they offer services with unique options and attention to every detail. Obituaries and funeral home information can be found online at cruzy-phillips.com or by calling 641-484-3400. Marquest Law Office in Toledo is a proud Trojan Country sponsor and supporter of STC activities. Attorney Mike Marquest and the staff at Marquest Law Office are here to help during life's most challenging moments. The attorneys at Marquest Law specialize in a variety of areas, including family law, criminal defense, real estate, and civil litigation. With a growing staff of legal professionals, there's a good chance Marquest Law can handle your case. Marquest Law. We care, we listen, we can help. Call 641-484-1001 or visit tamalaw.com for more. If you believe in capturing meaningful moments, you've made it to the right place. The Farmer's Daughter Photography and TFD Films are a proud supporter of Trojan Country and South Tama County activities. Located near Conrad, the Farmer's Daughter Photography and TFD Films offer an array of photo and video services, including family photos, newborns, kids and seniors, weddings, and commercial media. Check them out on the web at tfdphoto.com or on Facebook and Instagram to learn more. All right, can you hear me?
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Not through here.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm joined by South Tama's Maylee Ellsbury. Maylee, you got the win tonight, a pin. How you feeling just coming off the mat a few minutes ago? How'd it feel tonight?
I mean, good. That was our first, actual team competition, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise it's just been tournaments, so it was fun to be back with our boys, and you know, I'd like more than one match so tonight, but that's all they got for me. I mean, she was all right. It was wasn't necessarily a match I need right now, but she didn't really want to move.
Yeah.
But being at the level I'm at, I run into that a lot where they just want to stall out on me, so just keep hammering on her.
You had some good competition up at Williamsburg recently.
Yes.
What can you talk a little bit about how that went for you, and what were some of those things? You went up against the state place winner from last year from Centerville. What were some of the things you're kind of looking to improve upon when you think about that match, and you know, what you'll be looking to do going forward?
So I actually have wrestled that Centerville girl twice this year.
Okay, all right.
I wrestled her 3 days before I lost to her, and I actually beat her 4-1. And I lost to her the second time, but I'm running into a little bit of an injury right now, so just working with that. But, I mean, it's better now than a month down the road, and I got to be able to compete with girls like that to accomplish my goals. And it's good. It's good to take a loss. You got to learn how to lose.
Yep, absolutely. Just seeing your teammates getting a win, what did it feel like just to come in here and see 3 pins go down right in a row?
It's real good. All 3 of us that got a pin tonight wrestled before. We've got experience.
Yep.
The other 2 are new, but they both improved a ton just in a month. And I think that just 3 pins back to back with our boys sitting here supporting us feels good. I mean, those boys were my team for 2 years, and last year when we were here, I was wrestling on in this duel with them, and so I'm happy to be here with them. But there's also a little sad soft spot because I can't be. I'm here with them, but I can't be out there with them.
Right. All right. Well, congratulations on the win tonight. Best of luck to you in the next meet, and we'll catch up with you again soon.
Thank you.
That was South Tama's Maylee Ellsbury, just got the win here tonight in Benton. Now take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to and watching Trojan Country. All right, we are live here with another one of our girls varsity winners, Abigail Chima. Congrats on the mat tonight. You got a win out there, just coming off of your match here a few moments ago. How's the feeling tonight getting a win?
It feels really rewarding. It gets really tiring, but after putting in all that work, I mean, it just feels really good to get that win, especially in front of all of my teammates that we don't really get to be with anymore.
Right, absolutely. Can you describe what the experience has been like this year with the first girls season, through your first few tournaments that you've wrestled? What's been your experience like, and how's the feeling of the girls season been so far?
Well, it's really different, but I really like it. We still practice with the boys and everything, but we're just girls on the meets, and I still think it's really fun. It's no different than the other meets we've had.
Yep. What are some things you're kind of working on as you look to improve your game? What are the things you're working on to get better as you look to your next meets down the road?
I'm working on getting better on my feet, getting better with my moves, and building up that stamina, trying to make it to state.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you say for any – you guys are a small team this year in numbers, and some girls in the youth programs and even younger kids that are considering maybe going out for wrestling for the first time. What is it about wrestling that you love, and what would you say to some of those younger kids that might be considering it in the years to come?
I think I really like how the team works together. The team really bonds, and it's like a family with us. And it's just really fun to be around, and it's really nice. It's really encouraging.
Yeah, you bet. All right, well, thank you so much for the time. We're going to jump to our JV matches here, but congratulations again on the win tonight.
I don't know what you said. I can't hear you.
Oh, that's okay. It's loud in here. Congrats. Good job, and we'll catch up with you again soon, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. That was Abigail Chima, South Tama's 170-pound winner tonight. This is Clayton Babinet in junior varsity action on the mat here for South Tama. Babinet leading 2-0 with a minute to go in the first. Keen Campbell, the wrestler for Benton Community. First JV action of the night here for the South Tama boys. Babinet doing a nice job on top here. No, excuse me. Benton's got those same white striped jersey or singlets over. Keen Campbell on the starting position here. Almost gets Babinet turned near the edge of the mat, but it will go back to the center. Next up for South Tama, Garrett Sermon in a JV match taking on Ryan Kaler. I believe if the lineup here is going to follow the order in the gym. Clayton Babinet still maintaining good defense underneath. Working on a 2-point lead. Seconds for the escape. Babinet gets 1 foot out. Campbell still got that ankle pretty tough. Trying to roll it through. Campbell being tough on top here. That'll do it into the second, excuse me. Clayton Babinet at 120. Nice defense there by Babinet, working on the shot from Kaler, but Kaler with the throw. Bigger frame for the Benton Bobcat. Times the shot right and scores a takedown. 2 back points coming here. And now Babinet forced to pick up the pace here a little bit in the third. And a reversal. Nice score there by Clayton Babinet, the sophomore for South Tama. 1-point lead. But enough time that he's going to have to be careful to not get called for stalling. Babinet still got that 1-point lead. 20 seconds, under 20 seconds. And Campbell not really giving anything here with the last 10 seconds. This is going to be it for Babinet, I think, and he'll go away with the win. Clayton Babinet with the first win on the JV side for South Tama. Garrett Sermon coming up next.
Now wrestling at 120 pounds for South Tama, Garrett Sermon. And for the Bobcats, Ryan Kohler.
Ryan Kohler is the pronunciation we got here in Benton. So Garrett Sermon, Ryan Kohler, Sermon in the gray and blue singlet, Kohler in the white stripe. Shot from Sermon, defended by Kohler, grabs a leg and a takedown. Back points there, coming for Kohler. Sermon's in deep water here with well over a minute to go. 3 back points awarded on the near fall, but they go out of bounds. So a reset opportunity here for Sermon, who'll be underneath, trailing 5-0. As the JV matches here, we just finished up girls varsity a few moments ago. South Tama's Autumn Ellsbury, Maylee Ellsbury, and Abigail Chima each getting a win by fall. Clayton Babinet on the first JV match got a decision win, 5-4. And now Garrett Sermon working against Ryan Kohler, but Kohler has been dominant here in this first period. Closing seconds of the first. Garrett Sermon doing good work here underneath. And he'll make it to the second period. He's going to have to find some offense here. Sermon's going to start neutral after Kohler defers. Sermon battling here in the middle of the second period, trying to find an angle on his opponent, Ryan Kohler from Benton Community. Trying to just squash the shot attempt there and see if he can turn something around. Sermon with the headlock. Now trying to throw the right shoulder. Kohler, and we're going to have a stalemate, so they'll go back to the center. Just under a minute to go. Garrett Sermon for South Tama in the blue and gray, working against Ryan Kohler of Benton. Tries to double takedown, or double shot and a takedown. 7-0 now. Caleb Sermon has been on the defensive here through the first 2 periods. Kohler again trying to put a cradle together, but nothing happening there. The throw. Sermon back onto his stomach. 2 more points awarded. And we go to the third. Sermon's going to have 1 period here, working on top against Kohler, and he'll try just to see if he can find an advantage, and points are going to be hard to come by here with at the minute and a half, down 9-0, possibly if looking for a late pin. And the cradle there, Sermon getting 1 shoulder down. Here he comes here, under a minute to go. Garrett Sermon trying to put something together here in a comeback. He's gonna have to get Kohler flattened out, as Kohler's got a bit of an angle with Sermon's head kind of in the way. And Kohler gets to his stomach. The 3 points there, but that took a lot of time off the clock. And Sermon down late. A good effort there, just trying to put something together. Down by a bunch. And so Sermon takes the loss, 9-3. Next up for the Trojans, going to be Chase Gustafson for South Tama against Jeremy Holmes.
For South Tama, Chase Gustafson. And for your Bobcats, Jeremy Holmes.
Quick shot there by Gustafson, getting an ankle, and we are off and moving. Gustafson, quick pin, holy smokes, 12 seconds. Gustafson, who was in a 3-way wrestle-off for the 132-pound varsity roster spot. A dominant showing here on the JV side.
Now wrestling at 138 pounds for South Tama, Caleb Coster. And for Benton Community, Elias Bishke.
Caleb Coster for South Tama now, taking on Elias Bishke of Benton Community. Coster in the gray and blue, Bishke in the white and black. We've got more wrestling action coming your way on Saturday. The STC duels scheduled for Saturday morning. And we'll have that live here on Trojan Country. By all means, get out and cheer on the Trojans if you can. We've got some winter weather kind of lingering in the forecast. And I don't know if when or how or if that's going to hit on Saturday, but if you can't make it in and we're still wrestling, we'll have a live feed for you from the Roundhouse. That's Saturday morning starting at 9:30. South Tama is going to have a first round bye, as I understand it, and then we'll kind of wrestle back to back to back from there. It's going to be dual format. Caleb Coster finally giving up the first takedown against Bischke from Benton Community. Bischke to start on top here in the second. No, we're not to the second yet, excuse me. We had a stoppage there, and so 2-0 Bischke leading with 30 seconds to go here in the first. Coster gets to his feet, needs to break the hands. They go out of bounds. Bischke will stay on top for the last 4 seconds. Coming up next, South Tama's Raiden Hill will be taking on Nolan Harbach of Benton Community, where we'll be about halfway through our JV matches. Boys varsity to follow. Bischke with a strong move there to open the second, and the win by fall over Coster. And that's Raiden Hill taking the mat here for South Tama, taking on Nolan Harbach, Benton Bobcats.
Now wrestling at 152 pounds for South Tama, Raiden Hill. And for your Bobcats, Nolan Harbach.
If we don't end up having a break between our JV and varsity matches, if we roll straight through, we're just going to keep our live coverage going. We'll air the interview that I had with Coach Van Dyke at the end of tonight's match, in the end of tonight's meet, I should say. We talked just kind of introduced and talked about each of the wrestlers on the varsity squad this season, talked about their trip to Independence last weekend, the first action for the varsity boys wrestlers. And just kind of a good primer for this wrestling season that's just getting started for the Trojans. Hill giving up the first takedown, gets to his feet, scores the escape, and right back on offense here. And Raiden Hill jumps ahead here after a takedown. Hill called for interlocking arms. That's a legal maneuver. And so the penalty point will tie the score 3-3. That'll do it into the first period. Tight match here between Holbach of Benton and Hill from South Tama. Hill with the one leg, and another takedown for Raiden Hill. He takes a 5-3 lead. His team cheering him on to run that around, get the shoulder down. Possibly 3 back points coming here. And that's going to do it. The win by fall. Raiden Hill coming back and getting a nice win on the JV side. So far in this JV lineup, Clayton Babinet with a 5-4 decision win. Garrett Sermon with a 9-3 decision loss. Chase Gustafson and Raiden Hill with wins by fall, and Caleb Coster with a loss by fall. Next up for the Trojans, it is Raul Alas taking on Brecken Rozick. As we're at the midway point here in Benton. Next up for South Tama is going to be Travis Cheechak taking on Keeson Lewis. Caden Kopsa and either Donovan Rossavong or Wyatt Silhanic will be the last JV bout of the night. Alas in the blue and gray singlet. Aggressive hand fighting here by Alas, who's trying to work his way in and get to a takedown. And we're scoreless going into the second period. Raul Alas for South Tama on the mat now. Midway into our JV matches, if you're just tuning in, South Tama girls wrestle to start this meet. And the boys varsity yet to come here live from Benton. Quick takedown there by Rozick of Benton. And an escape by Alas. Programming reminder, we're going to have South Tama boys varsity basketball coming your way tomorrow evening. Live from the Roundhouse, South Tama and Marion will be squared off. Takedown by Rodzik, putting a loss in trouble here at the edge of the mat. A loss with the one shoulder down. And Rodzik's feet go out of bounds, so that'll be 3 back points. And a loss able to get back to the center. So yeah, make sure tomorrow night, if you're unable to come out and cheer on the Trojans boys team, we're going to have myself and Keith Kiana will be on the call. As South Tama boys looking for their third, will be playing their third game of the season, looking for their first win. A loss in trouble here late in the second period. Back on his shoulder, trailing 7-1 now. And the loss by fall. So 4 straight pins here in Benton on the JV side. And that brings up Travis Chichok from South Tama. Going to be wrestling Keeson Lewis of Benton Community. Chichok in the blue and gray. Good defense there by Chichok. Comes away with a takedown off of the sprawl. And potentially dangerous there called with the interlocking fingers behind the head. That was called against Chichok, so that'll give Benton the point. But Chichok's still controlling this match here. Lewis for Benton is really not engaged with his lower half. And he's flipped here with 25 seconds to go. See if Chichok can kind of flatten him out. Short time. And Lewis gets back to his belly. We'll go to the second period here. Lewis kind of fixed his headgear there. Officials timeout as Lewis gets a new set of headgear. We've got basketball coming up tomorrow night. Start time around 7 o'clock with a pregame. And boys varsity will get going depending on when the JV Frosh game concludes, probably around 7:15, 7:30. Should be start time of the boys varsity. We'll be live from this STC Roundhouse. The girls will be on the road to take on Marion over in Marion. And then Saturday, we'll be right back at the Roundhouse for the STC duels. The home invitational, South Tama hosting Des Moines East, Independence, Pella, and Iowa City Regina. Short lineup for the Trojans this year as they were unable to come away with a sixth school. There's a shot by Lewis to start the second period. Cheechak the longer wrestler here, so it's going to be tougher for Lewis to kind of translate that into a takedown. Stalemate called. That was quick, and we'll go back to the center. Cheechak still leading 2-1. Next up for South Tama is going to be Caden Kopsa taking on Adam Roos at 170. This is a 160-pound bout here in this JV lineup. The team score tied up 15-15 too, so it's been close on both the girls and boys JV side. Last year, the varsity duel between Benton and South Tama also came down to the last match. And there's the win by fall for Travis Cheechak. Four wins for South Tama, and they're leading 21-15 after the pin by Cheechak over Lewis.
For South Tama, Caden Kopsa. And for your Benton Bobcats, Adam Roos.
Kopsa and Roos now on the mat. Kopsa is part of that very successful boys cross-country team this fall. And Roos scores first. Kopsa still not awarded the escape. And there's the escape finally. Kopsa getting to his feet. And a takedown by Caden Kopsa gives him a lead here. Late into the first, Kopsa defending the takedown and getting a escape and a reversal. Last second point there Escape for Roos and Kopsa. And Roos will go back to the center to start period number 2. Roos is going to start down. Kopsa started on top here in the second period, so he's going to have to get Roos turned to get any more points. Great crowd here tonight, full gym. Full-size student section in the house for Benton community. Although they're not the most engaged student section I've seen, they're just kind of chilling over there. Bruce gets to his feet, scores the escape, and now Kopsa got to go to work here with the score tied back 4-4. Easy defense there by Kopsa. Just kind of pushes the shot attempt away. Kopsa has got that left leg tied up well, but he's got short time here in the second period. No points awarded. Close, though.
If you are a Cap-Pack wrestler, boy or girl, you are to head to the Student Center cafeteria at this time. All Cap-Pack wrestlers meet in the Student Center at this time. Thank you.
I don't know how many home meets the Benton Bobcats are going to have this season, but a lot of things getting packed into tonight's action, as we've seen youth cheerleading, I believe, had a little to do between the girls and the boys. I think we've got youth wrestling also kind of getting geared up for some sort of walkthrough, or so we might have a bit of a break here before we go into varsity action. We're just got one more match to go on the JV side, and then we're going to have South Tama and Benton varsity. Still a tied score here as this match is heating up between Kopsa and Roos. Kopsa gets him onto a shoulder. Still plenty of time, but the fall by Caden Kopsa, he's fired up. Good looking finish by the junior. Another win by fall for South Tama here in this JV lineup. Coming on the mat, Donovan Rossavong for South Tama taking on Grady Freeze of Benton.
Now wrestling at 170 pounds for South Tama, Donovan Rossavong. For Benton Community, Grady Freeze.
Big throw there by Freeze, scoring the takedown. Rossavong able to get to his stomach, though. And Rossavong put away by fall. That was a quick whistle there. I don't think he. At any rate, that will do it here for our JV matches.
varsity wrestling will start at 7:45. 7:45.
All right, so we got a little bit of a break here. South Tama boys varsity not going to be starting until 7:45. So we've got some youth proceedings to get through here. Going to hear a couple words from our sponsors. Thanks to all those folks that have been with us through the fall and those into the winter now. They include Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home, Salt Creek Wind, State Bank of Toledo, Sharn Weber's, Mark West Law, S&S Car Wash, Medicap Pharmacy, Iowa Premium, and Mercy Care Tama. We'll be right back with an interview with STC boys head coach Nate Van Dyke right after this.
Trojan Country fans, come on down to The Pump, Tama Toledo's #1 bar and grill. Located in downtown Tama at 218 West 3rd Street, The Pump serves up cold drinks, a warm atmosphere, and an amazing lunch on the regular. Check out the Tama Pump on Facebook for regular lunch and drink specials, as well as details on their latest events. Medicap Pharmacy in Toledo offers free medication packaging and free delivery to surrounding areas. With convenient drive-up service and hours on Saturday morning, Medicap Pharmacy is always there for you. Visit with pharmacist Derek Townsend and his team by calling 484-6198 or stop by their location across from Fairway in Toledo. Medicap Pharmacy, locally owned and expertly operated. Sharn Weber's in Toledo serves central and northeast Iowa with the latest in heating and cooling systems, water softeners, plumbing and electrical installation, as well as expert service and repair. As a family-owned hallmark business from the South Tama community, Sharn Weber's is proud to support Trojan spirit on the field, on the stage, on the court, or in the classroom. When the job needs done, call Sharn Weber's at 800-542-7980.
It's time for Coach's Corner here on Trojan Country. I'm joined by STC varsity boys head coach Nate Van Dyke. Nate, beginning of the season, how are you today?
I'm feeling good. We're excited about our first dual meet coming up. You know, we had a big tournament this past weekend. There was a lot of wrestling that went on. Our girls went and JV boys went to BGM. We took about 20 boys to BGM, JV, so our numbers are really good. And then we took 15 wrestlers plus one injured up to Independence. And we were kind of right in the middle of the pack there, but it's a tough meet. You know, there's 7 or 8 out-of-state teams, and it's pretty high-level competition. All the teams ahead of us are pretty solid. So, and excited. I like the dual meet setting. So, kind of excited to get some dual meets kicked off.
Can you go a little bit in depth about the Independence meet, if we're going to start there, and just talk about kind of how the team showed out at Independence? Any highlights for you or things that kind of stick out from that experience?
What it is a great measuring stick for us right at the beginning of the season, where we can kind of see where we're at, and it kind of exposes us for some of the things we need to work on technically, and then conditioning wise. And you know, a lot of that's dealing with nerves when you're wrestling a high level opponent and just being able to control the pace of a match, because that fatigue does play a factor. But like I said, good measuring stick. The way they set up the tournament's really nice because they do a pool play the first night, and if you win your pool, then you're in the gold bracket against. It's almost like a state bracket, state level bracket, and then if you get second, you're in the silver bracket, and then bronze and copper. So the second day, there's a lot more parity, it seems like. Overall, I think we had 4 in the gold bracket, 4 in the silver, and then about 4 and 3 in the bronze and copper. So not too bad. 4 in the gold. There's nothing to complain about. So we had Cale Graff. It was great for him to get into that gold bracket. It gets really tough that second day when you're in the gold bracket, but awesome job for him. He's a returner for us at 106 pounds. He's a sophomore. And then Amari Chavez was in the gold bracket. He ended up getting fourth place. Had some big wins. There's a rematch in there with Davis from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And Amari was able to get him the first match. We had beaten him twice last year, including the first round of the state tournament last year. And then in the third place match, Amari actually got caught and was kind of getting choked out and kind of walked on the mat. His face is blue, and crazy stuff like that happens. But the competition was great. Marcus Bear was our first ever freshman to make the gold bracket at Independence. Cool. So awesome job on him. He's wrestling at 195 right now. And he ended up winning a match in the gold bracket. So
nice.
Even more good stuff to say about that. But placed sixth, I believe, overall. And then Gavin Bridgewater with third place finish. So it's a tough tournament. We've only had one champ ever at the Independence tournament. I think we've been there 6 years maybe.
Yeah.
And that was Logan Arp last year, and he had to beat a two-time state champ to win that bracket. So, so overall we use it as a measuring stick. Some of our wrestlers didn't compete to where I've seen them wrestle in the past or what they're doing in the room, but it's kind of an adrenaline drop the first time you're competing. So just interesting to see. And then they get 6 or 7 matches. So the experience is good.
Right. Since we're at the beginning of the season, there are some new faces coming into the lineup for you this year. And tomorrow we head to Benton, where you've got a full duel. Kind of the whole roster is kind of squaring off against Benton. Can you just kind of give us an overview of those starters that you've got on your roster and just a little bit about each of those kids? Kind of introduce them if you can.
So we've got a decent amount. We've got like 8 returning starters. 7 in the lineup right now. But then we're young. The seniors we haven't competed varsity for us before they're in the lineup right now. So we're young with a nice little mix of a sophomore and junior class that was able to compete at the varsity level for us last year. You want me to run through the
if you
lineup?
can, if you don't mind.
So at 106, we've got Cale Graff, and like I said, he was in the gold bracket at Independence. He won about 20 matches for us last year. He only weighed about 95 pounds last year, so now he's getting up there close to 106. So it's going to be interesting to see now that he's got a little bit more size on him, what he can do. So he's a hard worker in the room, great kid. So I just really enjoy coaching him. And then at 113, we'll be open tomorrow night. We've got a few freshmen who have no wrestling experience that I want to get them some time on the JV side. If there's some matches I think we can win, we'll slide them into the lineup. As far as tomorrow goes, we're going to be open at 13. So we'll give up a forfeit there. At 120, we've got Eli Brannon, who was a district qualifier for us last year. He did some wrestling in the off-season. Wrestled well at Independence, had some close matches with some high-level competition. Real tough on top, kind of lanky. Good at racking up points when he gets on top. So that's Eli Brannon. At 126, we've got a returning state place winner in Amari Chavez. He's one of our team captains. He works right in the middle of the room. He and Mikhail Bear, who's at 32 for us, and just working really hard, really focused right now. Made strides in the off season, and once you make the state, you kind of feel like you've got something, so you gain a little bit of confidence there. So moving on to his wrestling partner is Mikhail Bear, and he's been a great leader for us as far as his work ethic in the room. He leads warm-ups. He's doing some really good things on the mat. He was a district qualifier for us as a freshman and a sophomore, so he's looking to take that next step, and it seems like he's very focused this year. At 138, we had a heck of a wrestle-off between we actually had a 3-way tie and a wrestle-off, so we just named our starter. So it's going to be Drayton White, and he wrestled a little heavier the last couple of years. He's lost some weight, and so he's kind of strong for his size now, but his first year in the lineup. He was in the copper bracket at Independence, won some matches in the copper bracket. I think he might have got second or third in the copper bracket. So that's Drayton White at 38. 45 is Jacob Youngbear. He had a rough go at Independence, but we're going to get him back on track. And he won over 20 matches for us. I think he was right around 500, maybe had a winning record last year as a sophomore. Now he's got a year of varsity experience. So he's been a leader in the room, works really hard, hard-nosed kid, awesome, good character kid, fun kid to coach. 152, another returning starter who's a junior, Cyrus Mathis. So he was wrestling really good at the end of the season. He was doing his best wrestling. So we're hoping to kind of pick up where he left off. Real physical kid, not scared to mix it up. Kind of one of the kind of a brawler right in your face. So those are fun to watch. But we got to get a little bit better at the technical side. But he wants to win. He's a competitor, so that's fun. 160 pounds, Kinzer Jeanette, and he's a returning starter as well. He's a sophomore for us. He had a few varsity wins last year, so he's trying to build on that at 160 this year. 170, Madden Martinez. He's one of our I think 2 freshmen in the lineup right now. Not a ton of experience, but he's an athletic kid, real nice kid, good wrestler to coach. So looking forward to working with him. And he got his first high school wins at the JV tournament last night at CPU, so he got second there.
Yep.
And then 182, we've got a move in from Marshtown right now, Damian Castellanos. He kind of that's one of them that kind of made us turn our head at Independence a little bit. He was in the silver bracket.
Yeah.
He beat some pretty decent kids in the silver bracket. Got a couple pins for us. So I think he went 3-3, which is a good showing in Independence. Not ever having coached that athlete in a meet before. So Marcus Barrett, 195, freshman. Like I said, first freshman to get to that gold bracket at the Independence tournament for us. And I was impressed with his competitiveness as a freshman at an upper weight like that. And he wrestled some 195 pounders that kind of looked like men, you know, and he's a freshman out there, but he did not back down to him. He actually took the hand fight to them, and that was fun to see. So I think, we've got big plans for Marcus. Rudy Papaki's also at that weight, or that's kind of his projected weight. He won't be back till after the Christmas break. He had some surgery. Went into some surgery on his knees. So, but we've got a solid replacement right there. And so we're excited about that weight class and that group of guys. And you add Gavin Bridgewater in the mix at 220, who's a returning state finalist. Put time in the off season. He's a captain. Rudy Papaki's a captain. Gavin's a competitor. You know, he was in the state finals last year. And then at heavyweight, Nathaniel Palmaraz, who's a senior. So we've got Castellanos and Palmaraz in the lineup, 2 seniors that with very little varsity experience. But Palmaraz is a big, strong kid, and hopefully he can take that football season he had and just continue rolling into wrestling season.
While we're kind of talking about the roster, any JV kids that you've got right now that are kind of bumping up against you said the three-person wrestle off there up in the middleweight. Any other what JV kids are kind of right at that turning point?
So we took Clayton Babinet to Independence as well, and he wrestled in that varsity tournament. He was like an unattached wrestler. If they need to fill brackets, then they allow teams to bring extra. So we brought Clayton Babinet at 126, and he kind of wrestled a half of varsity season last year, and he's right there at that level. He's gonna, if he's in the lineup, he's gonna win matches for us. So Clayton Babinet. We took Chase Gustafson at 132 pounds. He was in the 138 wrestle off. And he actually punched his ticket. He was in the silver bracket, same bracket as Mikhail was our starter. So he's very athletic, very strong, very competitive, kind of fearless out there on the mat, not afraid to let it fly. So Chase Gustafson's another one. Anthony Thompson's the other one, kind of in that mix at 138. He's 145 for us right now, but he's pretty close to making that step. As well, Wyatt Sermon was our JV junior varsity wrestler of the week last week. He's 5-1 right now on the junior varsity side, so he's doing good. That's a 195.
That was leading into my next question. The wrestler of the week award, is that something new for you guys? Has it been going on for a while? Tell me a little bit about that.
You try to do something for the kids, give them recognition, even if it's within your team, and I think they enjoy it. Post it on the social media, kind of. It's fun for them. Helps recognize them. I've done it before in different years. Sometimes it's one of those things that you get into the heart of the season and it gets put on the back burner, so you don't finish off well. But that's something we talked about in our coaches meeting. Have a wrestler of the week. I think they like it, and we just kind of recognize whoever contributed to our team that week.
We'll finish off talking a little bit about your state qualifiers. Those kids that really had a nice end of their season or competitive end of their season at state last year. What are you looking for from those 3 guys to make steps forward this season?
Leadership. Those are our 3 captains right now. We've got 10 or 15 beginners on the team, so just setting the tone. You can see in the live wrestling, if we're doing 3-man groups and someone's sitting on the ground or leaning against the wall, they're telling them get up off the wall, stand up. They're running warm-ups. They're right in the center of the room practicing. The people that, always it seems like our best athletes, our most competitive kids are going to move to the center of the room. Sometimes I talk about the corner wrestlers who are in the corners of the room, and maybe they don't want to be seen or coached as much, but they're right in the middle of the room, getting coaching, and they're and it goes even to the mental side. If underclassman takes a tough loss, I'll tell Amari or Rudy or Gavin, I'll say, hey, go talk to so and so in the locker room. They're feeling down about it. Get them back out here and kind of refocus them a little bit. So leadership standpoint, fine tuning. Their wrestling can get better tuned, no doubt.
Yep. All right. Thanks a lot, Coach. Best of luck at Benton, and we'll catch up with you again soon.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Welcome back live in from Benton Community High School. South Tama and the Benton Bobcats. Varsity boys just about ready to get wrestling started here in Van Horne. We've got the drama lights on. You can see the pictures changed a little bit since our girls and JV matches. We're going to be starting this duel at 195. South Tama will have Marcus Bear. And we're not sure. Nope, I guess we're starting at 220. No, okay, so I think the announcer must have had that wrong, because I think
at 195 pounds for South Tama, we have
South Tama's.
Troy.
All right, so we are at 195. South Tama's Gavin Bridgewater is wrestling there tonight. I think he's able to go at 195 or 220. We're going to see Marcus Bear then at 220, I believe. Troy Kupka wrestling for the Bobcats. And apologies on the picture quality here. We've got just the spotlights on here. And so our little camera is doing its best to just kind of deal with the light we've got available. Try and get that adjusted as best I can here. So this is Gavin Bridgewater, South Tama's number 2 ranked, number 2 ranked 220 pounder. He's wrestling 195 here against Troy Kupka, up 5-0. Bridgewater trying to get Kupka flipped around. And Kupka gets his bottom half loose in the reversal. Trouble there for Bridgewater. Still 5-2 in favor of Gavin Bridgewater, South Tama. First match of this varsity bout. We're at 195 here. So we're not used to seeing Bridgewater here wrestling at the lower weight, but he's able to do so tonight. We're going to have Marcus Bear wrestling Lane Wouters at 220 next up. Takedown there by, or reversal I should say there, by Bridgewater. Pushes his lead to 5. Kupka just, again, trying to scoot out from underneath. 2 back points awarded there for Bridgewater. We'll see what he can do with 43 seconds here in the second period. It's going to be 3 back points there for Bridgewater. Starting to wade into tech fall territory here as we got 2 more minutes to go. Kupka scored late to end the first period. Bridgewater dominating the second. Lift there by Bridgewater. Takedown. Every point crucial here in a dual meet, counting towards the conference title picture. They have to win by 15 to get the tech fall. Bridgewater would like to pin, though. Plenty of time to work here. Kupka in the middle of the mat. Not quite as active as he was in the first. Bridgewater getting that shoulder turn. And they have to Deal with the scramble there by Kupka. Bridgewater's so tough on top, though. 23 seconds. Last second here. Kupka's going to stave off this pin, I think. And it's just going to be a major. Nope, that'll be a tech fall, so the 5 points. So the 3 back points there for Bridgewater will give South Tama a 5-0 lead. Next up, here's Marcus Bear taking the mat against Lane Wouters, Benton Community. Second match of this varsity duel. Bear, the lone freshman on the roster for South Tama's varsity squad. Placed 6th in the gold bracket. Was South Tama's first ever, oh my goodness. Big throw there by Marcus Bear. And so last weekend at Independence, Bear finishing 6th in the gold bracket. There's a takedown by Wouters, scoring first. And Bear reacting like he thought he was out of bounds, but it will be Wouters to get on the board first, and Bear's going to be down to start here with 1:05 to go. There's a roll attempt. Bear trying to just squeeze Wouters through and underneath, but nothing happening there. Wouters still working on top. South Tama in the black with white midsection singlets here tonight. Benton also with the white stripe across the middle, so it'll be kind of tricky to tell them apart if we don't get a good look. 17 seconds. And the escape by Bear. He needs to go back on the offense here. Quick to the feet, Bear with the escape, and we're tied at 2. And Bear knew where he could find the points there. And now he's got to find a takedown. Throw, and the 2. Bear looking stronger on his feet here tonight against Wouters. Coach Van Dyke really impressed in his comments yesterday with Bear's intensity, confidence on the mat as a freshman, no doubt. And there it is, the pin. South Tama's Marcus Baer comes away with his first win in the WaMaC Conference. Critical wins here for South Tama. And at 2:20, it's going to be South Tama's Nathaniel Palmeraz taking on Brennan Blegan. Blegan, excuse me. Blegan gets to Palmeraz quickly. And Palmeraz goes down in the first. Now we flip around to our 106 match. Garrett Cook, the wrestler for Benton. Cale Graff coming in, another gold bracket qualifier up in Independence last weekend. Independence, if you're not familiar, I don't know how many teams, 20 plus teams in attendance from all over the state and in the region. I think a couple from Minnesota and Wisconsin also were in the house. And the format there is the traditional championship bracket, but they break the kids down with round robin wrestling in the first day, and then break those winners out into a gold, silver, bronze, and copper brackets, kind of by skill and result from the first day of wrestling. And so those qualifying for, not an insignificant thing to qualify for a gold bracket at Independence with some of the best teams in the state. Graff and Marcus Baer, who we just saw with the win, both able to get that done. Graff in his sophomore season. And up at Independence, Graff placed 8th in that gold bracket in the first day. He got a win by fall over Hayden Eslick of Roland Story. There's a nice takedown by Cale Graff to score first with 30 seconds to go. South Tama will wrestle a 113-pounder tonight. It's going to be Giovanni Perez next up after this 106 bout. 2-0 the lead for Cale Graff of South Tama, the sophomore at 106. He's going to defer. And South Tama will start in the down position for period number 2. Nice move there by Graff to get himself scooted around. But Cook still maintaining position here midway into the second period. Graff sticking to the backside nicely. He's going to score a reverse here, going up 4-0. Really found a nice opportunity after Garrett Cook was being pretty active there on top. Second match of the first day for Graf in Independence. He got another win by fall over Dietrich Woodley of Clarion Goldfield Dows. And there's a takedown for Cook. So we've got ourselves a match here after Kraft led, still leading here, but then in day number 2, Graf opened with a quarterfinal loss to Gavin Winters of Greene County, a loss to Griffin Felder of Harrisburg, and a loss to Nadim Halim of Tinley Park. And so Graf will go into period number 3 leading 6-2. Cale Graf leading 6-2. Graf in the mostly white on top and black on bottom singlet. Cook from Benton. Benton tonight in the black with white stripe in the middle. Under a minute to go here. Each match, regardless of, and finally out of bounds called as Cook's toes kind of scoot out of bounds. Each match critical here as the Trojans got a 4-point win, team win last year against Benton. Could come down to the same type of margin tonight as Benton pretty strong in their midweights. Got a win at heavyweight as well, win by fall. And Graf going to work now. Putting Cook onto a shoulder. Two back points there. And Graf ahead comfortably 10-3 with the final seconds ticking off. So it'll be a decision win for Cale Graf. Ten to 3. South Tama leading 14-6. Next on the mat for South Tama, it's going to be Giovanni Perez. Trojans have been open at, were open at Independence at 113. But Perez stepping in, trying to be the team player here, coming from the JV ranks. And we'll see what he can do against Jason Eastman. Eastman quickly on the takedown. And the key here is to just give up as few points as possible. If you can't win the match, Perez just trying to get to the out-of-bounds circle as quick as he can. Out of bounds called. Perez really built more like a 106-pounder just from the eye test. Looks like he's given up 10 pounds to Eastman on the mat here. Good bridge, though. And there's the win by fall for Eastman of Benton Community. Next up for South Tama, it will be Eli Brannon. at 120. Brannon, a district qualifier last year for South Tama. He's going to be taking on Weston Kessner for the Bobcats.
120 pounds for South Tama, Eli Brennan. And for the Bobcats, Weston Kessner.
Kastner shoots first. And the defense from Brannon. Two points there for Eli Brannon. He jumps out to a 2-0 lead. And he's going to cut Kastner. Brannon scoops up Kessner, looking dominant here in this first period. And again, the name of the game, score points, and score more points in this dual format. The cradle for Brannon. There's 3 back points coming for Eli Brannon. Moving quickly and aggressively in this first period. Brannon was in the silver bracket at Independence. Finished 8th in the silver bracket. Won his first match on Thursday of that week against Michael Bender of Pleasant Valley. Official will stop the action and set him back into the center. So Brannon in control here, 7-1. In his second match of the Independence tournament, Brannon lost to Brandon Paez of Lisbon by fall, and then got his third bout of the tournament, won by decision over Donovan Cook of Makokata, 11-4. In the silver bracket, then he took a loss to Carter Siebel of Pleasant Valley, and then won his final match of the tournament, won by tech fall against Rigo Bobadella of Clarion Goldfield Downs. Another takedown here for Brannon as he's up to a 10-point lead. One tech fall already in the books for South Tama as Gavin Bridgewater came down with one late. Oh, excuse me, no, more matches for Brannon on Independence. He got the win against Bobadilla, and then it was a win by Tanner Wilson over Brannon by fall in the third round of the silver bracket. And in the fourth round, in his final match of the day, Brannon took a loss to Braden Bonesack of Union. It was a 4-3 decision there, so a tough match to end on, but looking strong here against Kessner of Benton Community. (14-1) the score here. Brannon leading against Weston Kessner of Benton Community in the second. And we got official calling a blood timeout. No, you're good. So we've got an official's timeout. Pardon as we reset our scoreboard camera here. There we are. South Tama leading 14-12, needing some points here with Brannon in control, 14-1. Has the tech fall probably in his sight, but would love a pin to get that extra point and score 6 here for the team. And that will be it. The tech fall for Brannon makes it 19-12.
Now wrestling at 126 pounds for South Tama, Maury Chavez and Warrior Bobcat, Eli Kupka.
Coming up next for South Tama, team captain and place winner at the state tournament last year. It's going to be Amari Chavez taking on Eli Kupka. These two did not face each other last year. Kupka wrestled at 113 and defeated Eli Brandon twice. Chavez wrestled Jordan Ties, who we're going to see later in this meet during last year's Benton competition. And here we go. The Bobcats only sending 2 to the state tournament last year. Kupka was not one of them, but he's one of the kind of top performers early in the season here for the Bobcats so far this season. Quick takedown there for Chavez as he tries to get the control of the neck and wrist of Eli Kupka. Kupka to his feet. And gets away. Kupka with the single leg in, but Chavez controlling the lower half himself quite well. And the takedown for Chavez, jumping out to a 3-point lead. Kupka with two easy escapes. So he's going to have that available the rest of the way. Chavez has been quicker to the legs and seems to have a bit of an edge on the takedowns that we've seen so far. The quick shot there by Chavez, unable to get points, but still pushing the pace. A Roll by Kupka, defended well by Chavez. He's going to try and throw, gets him back flat on the mat. Chavez still trying to set something up here, working on top against Eli Kupka of Benton Community. Chavez leading 4-2. We have a minute to go here in the second period. South Tama leading currently, but Benton Community will be competitive, I think, the rest of the way through. South Tama without the third of its 3 state qualifier returners on its roster. Rudy Papaki in action, not in action tonight. He's recovering from prior injury, and believe we'll see him sometime after the Christmas break is what I've been told. And so 2 of the 3 captains in action tonight. Chavez, we already got a win from Gavin Bridgewater. He won by tech fall early in this duel. And Chavez does well working on top. He will start on bottom for the final period. So a narrow margin here for Chavez to work with, but he's so far, I think, had the advantage. Kupka dangerous though, so it's gonna be imperative for Chavez to not wrestle outside of himself and stay aggressive. Kupka still controlling that left leg of Chavez, as although he's managed to get everything else kind of out from underneath, and he scores the reversal, now leading 6-2. And again, this one looking methodical for Chavez. You can tell he knows he wants to go there to there to there, from position to position, and he's covered the bases well so far tonight. As we go to the minute mark left in the third period. But points the name of the game here, and kind of a balancing act of how aggressive do you get, trying to work a fall into things. Easier said than done, of course. Coach Van Dyke hollering at him to go get that pin with 20 seconds to go. Coming up next going to be Mikhail Bear at 132. And that will do it here for Chavez and Kupka as we go to the final seconds. Mari Chavez wins by decision, 6-3. And scores 3 for South Tama, who now lead 22-12, with Mikhail Bear, another district qualifier, heading to the mat to take on Brody Patterson of Benton Community.
Now wrestling at 132 pounds for South Tama, Mikhail Bear, and for your Bobcats, Brady Patterson.
And First takedown for Patterson. Quick out of bounds. Tonight's meet has moved right along, as the wrestling action has not been stopped up very often. We've kept things going. We got some quick matches tonight here too. Bear trailing 2-1, getting an escape. Quick ankle pick there for Bear, trying to turn it into a takedown. He does get the 2 points. And with the takedown, Bear still maintaining a 3-2 lead. But Patterson able to get to his feet, and we're tied at 3. That was a comprehensive first period here, as we still got 18 seconds to go. Felt like we've wrestled 2 periods in the course of this one. Bear defends the takedown. And on we go to the second period. Tied at 3. South Tama's junior Mikhail Bear taking on Brady Patterson of Benton Community. Bear in the white and black underneath here. Patterson trying to throw, but the 2 go out of bounds, and we're back to the center. A reversal for Patterson. It gives Benton a 2-point lead here in midway into the second period. Both wrestlers, and then there's a stalemate whistle as both wrestlers kind of had the ankles tied up. Benton Community's coach talking things over with the official at the moment. Not quite sure what about, but something about the score, something about the scoreboard maybe. Quick to his feet, Bear getting the escape. Back up on top, 4-3. Scramble. Scrambled eggs and bacon. And Patterson almost will score the 1, so he gets the escape. So that must have been the fix on the scoreboard there. So Patterson leading 5-4 as we go to the end of the second period. Mikhail Baer trailing 5-4. Heading into the third period, he'll start on top. Looking relaxed, but looking a little fatigued as well. Bear's going to need to, and he's going to need to get Patterson moving as Patterson stalling out here with a 1-point lead. Plenty of time for the stalemate call to come. And there's a 1-point caution, and Bear getting him onto a corner. Doesn't have the angle for the shoulder to go down yet, but 3 back points coming. Crucial points here from Mikhail Baer as he puts the gas pedal down here in the third. Scoreboard still not updated. Well, no, we haven't got the 3 back points yet. So the 3 points are coming. It's 8-5, even though the scoreboard doesn't reflect it yet because we haven't kind of finished off this sequence. And the win by, oh my goodness. Mikhail Baer taking a loss in a stunning fashion against Brady Patterson, who kind of just put his weight down at the right time as Baer was just moving himself around and put both shoulders down to get the win by fall.
Now wrestling at 138 pounds for South Tama, Drayton Wire. And for your Bobcats, Jordan Tice.
Here's Drayton White for South Tama taking on Jordan Ties of Benton Community. South Tama still in the leading in the team scores, but some of Benton's best wrestlers here to come. The 2 Hying brothers, Blake and Brendan, yet to wrestle. Jordan Ties, one of the better wrestlers on this Bobcats squad. A quick takedown. With 6 more matches to go, including this one right here. Drayton White working underneath. Tried to roll through against Ties. White to his feet, Ties the throw. But still only a 2-point lead here for Benton's Jordan Ties. The Bobcats looking to avenge a 2021-22 last season loss. Came in early January, I believe. 36-32 was the final in favor of the Trojans. And we've got another close one here tonight in Van Horne. White and Ties start neutral here, 138. And another throw there by Ties, setting up the takedown. Cuts White loose. Now out of bounds. Drayton White looking tough and competitive here against Jordan Ties, but Ties has had the upper hand, scoring both takedowns. A couple throws, but White hanging on, and we'll see what he can do here midway into the second. Another takedown by Ties. Makes it a 5-point margin. Drayton White working underneath at the moment, late in the second period. And South Tama trying to stave off a little run here by the Bobcats as they've gotten a last-second win by fall at 132. Mikhail Baer giving it up against Brady Patterson moments ago. The Bobcats back in this duel, 22-18, trailing by 4. Another escape for Drayton White. Ties thought about the throw again, but maybe didn't quite have it in the tank here after a couple big efforts in the first two periods. Another 2 points on a takedown from Ties. And Ties looking to score points and get as much out of this match as he can, while still defending against White. Out of bounds whistle. If White can keep the margin to 7 or fewer, he'll avoid a major decision loss, and that'll save a point in the team scoring. Single leg from Ties. Another lift. And White pushes it off. Both these kids gassed here into the third. Last seconds of this match. And Drayton White will hold off the major decision loss, but will take the loss by decision.
for South Tama, Jacob Youngbear. And for your Bobcats, Blake Hying.
Here's Jacob Youngbear for South Tama taking on Blake Hying of Benton Community. Hying quick on the takedown. Hying has been the aggressor here so far. Midway into the first period, but maintains a narrow 2-0 lead. Cuts Youngbear loose, and we'll see if Jacob Youngbear can throw together a shot here. Puts in the headlock. Slick move there by Hying to score another takedown. This is at 145. We started at 195. A little over halfway through this duel. South Tama maintaining now a 1-point lead in team scoring. Hying's going to defer. And Youngbear to start on bottom. Nice reversal there by Jacob Youngbear. 2 points awarded. Nope. 2 points awarded to Hying. And there's back points coming now for Hying against Youngbear. And there's the win by fall. And so the loss by fall will give Benton Community the lead, 27-22, as we go to 152. It's going to be Anthony Thompson.
Now wrestling at 152 pounds for South Tama, Anthony Thompson. And for your Bobcats,
taking on Brendan Hying. Excuse me. Thompson and Cyrus Mathis kind of at this 152 weight. Thompson, the longer wrestler, maybe the, Mathis wrestled the varsity slot here at 152 at Independence. But Thompson getting the nod tonight. The longer of the two wrestlers, and so maybe the figure being that Brendan Hying, one of the two state qualifiers for Benton Community, will project the heavy favorite, and the longer body maybe the tougher to work against for Hying. But Hying quickly to the takedown. Quickly gets Thompson on a shoulder They roll out of bounds, but 2 back points there come for Hying. Hying up 5 now, as he's been dominant in this first period against Anthony Thompson of South Tama. Thompson underneath at the moment. Three back points awarded on that exchange as time expires in the first. And just a complex kind of mental equation that these wrestlers have to play, knowing that their first priority is to win the match and score points. But then this sort of checklist of defensive priorities that go into it as well, to try not to give up any extra points that they don't have to. And so that has to be running through Thompson's head now as he's trailing 9-1 against an overmatched opponent coming from the Thompson, kind of coming from the JV ranks, right at that sort of threshold, wrestling varsity tonight. And going to try and stave off the attack from Hying as best he can here, as he's gotten through a couple exchanges on his shoulder, and that'll do it though. The win by fall for Benton Hying. Kinzer Jeanette coming up next at 170. Wrestling against Clayton Sabetka of Benton Community.
And for your Bobcats, Clayton Sabetka.
Jeanette, one of the varsity returners from this squad. Kind of in his second full year of varsity action. Big takedown there by Sabetka. And the frustration there you see from Jeanette, thinking he did not have the shoulders down, but a quick win and a quick pin for Clayton Sabetka. So 3 losses by fall have rocketed the Benton Community score up to 39. So now at 182, we've got Cyrus Mathis. Who's wrestling against J.R. Beck. Mathis, the more experienced. So Mathis goes from 152, jumps up to 182, where Damian Castellanos otherwise would have wrestled. Believe we're at 182. Let me jump to track wrestling here and see if I'm correct. No, excuse me, we're at 170. I'm sorry. So we are going to see Castellanos. I had my weights kind of shifted one up than I needed to. So that was 160. Kinzer Jeanette taking the loss to Clayton Sebeka. Now 170. We've got Cyrus Mathis taking on Jonathan Becker. The last bout of the night will be at 182 coming up next. Mathis up 5-0. Unsportsmanlike call there against Mathis. Quick shot. And a takedown for Mathis. So I believe that last win kind of salted away the team victory for Benton Communities. Their lead now at 17. South Tama could only score 12 if they got 2 pins in these final 2 matches. And so it will look to be a win by Benton Community regardless of the outcome of these last 2. But still some exciting wrestling to come here. Should have Damian Castellanos wrestling at 182. Another throw there by Mathis. Quick switch underneath against Becker. Mathis scoring the 2. Will cut Becker. Double leg shot, another throw. Seconds left in the second period. 9-point lead here for Cyrus Mathis as he's still working on top against Jonathan Becker of Benton. Back points coming here though. And there's the win by fall. Cyrus Mathis getting the W. They had 4 straight pins here. South Tama narrows the team score, but it's not going to be enough.
Damian Castellanos for the Bobcats, Mason Mitchell.
So here's Damian Castellanos and Mason Mitchell for the Bobcats. Final match of the night. Castellanos coming up quick with the takedown and the throw. Aggressive out of the gate there for Damian Castellanos. He leads 2-1 midway into the first. Wrestling against Mason Mitchell. If you weren't with us earlier in the night, we had the girls team winning 3 out of 5. The last 3 by fall. Maylee Ellsbury, Autumn Ellsbury, and Abigail Chima each getting pins in their matches. Jamie Dolash not in action this evening. I believe working with some injury or illness and should look to be back soon, from what I hear. Castellanos and Mitchell go out of bounds. We go reset in the middle. As these two kind of came out of the gate pretty hot, and we've kind of settled into this match here as we get to the end of the first period. Reminder, we're going to have South Tama wrestling coverage on Saturday of the STC duels starting at 9:30 a.m. from the STC Roundhouse. Castellanos getting the takedown at the tail end of that first period, now leading 4-1. So if you're not in town or unable to get out and cheer on the Trojans on Saturday, tune in to us here at Trojan Country. We're going to have that coverage for you live from Tama. And we've got basketball coming tomorrow. South Tama boys taking on Marion in their first WaMaC conference action of the season. We'll have that game live starting around 7 p.m. from the Roundhouse as well. Castellanos sinking a shot deep in the midsection of Mitchell. Moving over to the shoulder. And there's the pin. Damian Castellanos comes away with a W.
Final score, Benton Community 39, South Tama 34.
So again, it comes down to a similar margin, 39-34 the final. But
matches at 138 pounds for South Tama, we got Kyler Alvarado versus Elias Bishke. On deck,
it looks like they're going to wrestle two last JV matches. I think a couple kids wrestling twice, so they kind of split the two. So South Tama could get its kids in there. Bishke for Benton going to wrestle Elias Alvarado. Kind of running down the outcome of this meet tonight, as we've got JV matches finishing the action up here in Benton Community. Cale Graff at 106 got a win, 10-3 against Garrett Cook. Giovanni Perez took a loss by fall at 113, and that was a kind of a JV getting thrown into a varsity situation in South Tama. And has been open at 113 so far this season. Perez kind of stepping in to see what he can do. Taking the loss by fall. Eli Brandon at 120 got a tech fall victory against Weston Kessner at 120. Then at 126, Amari Chavez winning 6-3 against Eli Kupka. Mikhail Bear. And in hindsight, this one a really tough one. Bear had a cradle locked up, or not locked up, I won't say it, because if it was locked, the result wouldn't have been a pin against Brady Patterson, and Patterson just dropped his weight at the right time as Bear was moving himself kind of around Patterson's body to get into better position, and just kind of snuck one in on him, got his shoulders down, and the whistle blew. We've had some fast pin whistles tonight. This official's been pretty quick to blow the whistle on some of these pins. By my account, at any rate. So at 132, Mikhail Baer took a loss by fall after leading late into the third. Drayton White at 138 took a loss 9-3, a decision loss, giving up 3 points there at 138 against Jordan Ties. And then Jacob Youngbear, Anthony Thompson, Kinzer Jeanette, all took losses by fall at 145, 152, and 170. Cyrus Mathis jumping in at 170. 145, 152, and 160. At 170, Cyrus Mathis got a win by fall against Jonathan Becker. And we just saw Damian Castellanos getting a pin against Mason Mitchell to conclude the night. And then it was, I'm missing two here. Our heavyweights. We have 195, Marcus Baer got a tech fall victory against against Troy Kupka. Gavin Bridgewater got a pin against Lane Wouters, and Nathaniel Palmares took a loss by fall to Brennan Blagan at 285. So Baer wrestling 195 tonight. No, excuse me, we had that flipped around. These weights have been all over the place here compared to my roster. So Bridgewater wrestled 195. Baer came down and wrestled 220. And then Palmares, the senior, wrestled at 285, taking the loss to Blegan of Benton Community. There's Alvarado taking a loss in his JV match here. Wyatt Silhonic coming onto the mat for the last JV bout of the night.
Now wrestling at 170 pounds from South Tama, Wyatt Silhonic, Benton Bobcats, Grady Freeze.
So on the mat now is Wyatt Silhonic in the gray and blue, wrestling against Grady Freeze, who wrestled earlier in the night. And that'll do it. The pin for Freeze against Silhonic. We'll wrap things up here at Benton. Thanks again to all of our sponsors. They include Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home, Salt Creek Wind, State Bank of Toledo, Sharn Webbers of Toledo, Marquest Law, SNS Car Wash, Medicap Pharmacy, Iowa Premium, and Mercy Care Tama. Appreciate all of their support that have helped send us on the road here to places like Benton tonight to give you an away match. And we'll have more of these to come here. We've got more wrestling coming up on Saturday. 9:30 start time, the STC Dual Invitational. It's going to be South Tama, Independence, Pella, Des Moines East, and Iowa City, Regina. And that will do it for us here. Remember to tune in for basketball tomorrow night. Myself and Keith Kiana will be on the call, live from the Roundhouse. And we will have South Tama taking on Marion in WaMaC Conference Boys action. The girls will also be in action up to Marion, so good luck to them. And that will do it for us here, live from Benton. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody have a great evening. Keep your eye on the forecast. Sounds like it's going to get snowy here in Tama County in the next few days as we get close to the Christmas season. All right, everybody have a great night. Good night and go Trojans.